If you are a landscape photographer, the likelihood you've probably struggled with lighting in the past. I find that my highlights are just a little bit too sharp and they just don't look quite realistic in a lot of my landscape photos. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a trick that works on almost any landscape image to immediately create a softer light look to make your highlights look a lot more realistic in your photos. And I'm going to start right now. Now, to show you how to create this soft light effect in your landscape photos, I've got two photos to show you. One photo is with direct sunlight, so the sun is actually in the photo. That's this photo here, shot at Mesa Arch in Canyonlands National Park. One of my favorite landscape photos I think I've ever taken. You can see we've got the sun actually in the photo. And then we've got photo two, where the photo isn't directly, but we have got some soft light in the actual image. So this is shot in its neighboring national park, Arches National Park. And we've got, I think this is called Double Arch, and then you've got Turret Arch in the background there. So I'm gonna give you show you how you can create a soft light effect in both direct and non-direct light photos. So this is the first one that I want to show you. So what I'm gonna do is head over to my masking panel first, because we want to select just the highlights. And for this particular photo, I'm gonna go ahead and use a radial gradient as the sun is naturally round. And what I'm gonna do is create a nice big brush covering probably around about a third of the photo here. But what you don't wanna do is having it to affect the shadows in the photo. So you want to subtract this mask from the shadows. So to do that, what you'll need to do is go to your mask settings. You've got your add and subtract buttons here. You want to subtract it from the darker areas. So for that, we want to select a luminance range mask. So I'm gonna go ahead and select it like so. Then you want to select something that is dark. So I'm gonna turn off show overlay. I'm gonna choose the darker area of this part of the photo here. So if I again show that overlay, you can see how this mask is going to impact the photo. And what's nice is when you open it up, you've got your luminance range settings. You can change that accordingly. So I might bring that up a little bit more so it's affecting not just the shadows, but the midtones as well. So go for something like so. And this is now how you can create that soft light effect. And there's a few ways that we can do this. So the first thing I like doing is going down to my texture clarity and dehaze and dropping these down, usually by the same number. I find around -20 works for most photos. So I'm gonna let -20 in texture, -20 in clarity, and -20 in dehaze. As well as I also like going to my exposure here, bring that up by a really small amount, maybe a third of a stop in this example, as well as I also like going to the temperature here and emphasizing those nice warm tones. So I might go for +10. You can also play around with the whites and blacks depending on how much your photo needs to be brightened or darkened. And with that luminance range, again, you can go back into that and change it accordingly. So I might actually reduce how much it is selecting those shadows there just by a small amount. So I might just reduce it down a little bit further. And again, you can show your overlay to see what area of that mask is actually being impacted, which is really important. You don't want to overpower the photo, but you also want it to select the right areas. So when you've got a direct sunlight in your source, then this is a really good way to soften out those highlights. And if I show you the before and after of just this mask, so with that mask selected, if I show you the before and after, we've really softened that area and made the highlights look a lot more realistic. Because for example, if I turn those masks off, if I turn that off and zoom in, you can see that we've got really harsh highlights, and that's because of how I've edited it. And I wanted to soften that, but I don't want to soften the entire photo. So that's why I recommend creating a mask for this effect. And again, if I reapply it, it looks so much nicer. Now that's nice and easy if you've got a sun in your photo, but what happens if you don't have a sun in your photo, you've got non-direct lighting, like for example here? Well, we have to be a little bit more custom, we have to create a bit more of a custom mask. It's still super easy and I'll quickly show you. So we want to basically apply the same settings, but our mask shape needs to change. So again, I'm going to start off with a radial mask. So I'm going to select kind of the left-hand side of this area here. So again, where the soft light is going to be coming from. I recommend having the feather all the way up at 100%. That will create a nice, subtle, soft gradient, which is really important. Now, I recommend you can change the settings now, but to be honest with you, what I like doing is actually now creating our cutout of our mask. So this is our base mask. Now we want to remove it. And we want to remove, again, that darker area around. So what I'm going to do is, again, use a luminance mask. use a luminance mask, and again, select a darker area of this. So I'm probably gonna select maybe the crack over here. This is probably the darkest spot. Again, show overlay, you can see where it is impacting. So I might increase it a little bit, but it's still impacting parts of the rock here, which just doesn't look realistic. So what I'm gonna do is subtract and just quickly use a linear mask to remove it from the areas that I don't really want it to be applied to. Now you can use masks like this. Another option you've got is also the brushed mask. The problem is I don't find the brush mask I don't find it a very useful mask when you've got a mouse. I find it's a bit of a fiddly mask, but it can help in certain aspects. So I might quickly see how quick of a job I can do without spending too much time on it. So I might go for something like so. Kind of shape this mask into what you think the sun would do to the image. So I'm gonna go for something like so. I don't wanna spend too much time on it, but I recommend trying to be as best cut out as possible. And then apply those effects that we talked about previously. So I might bring up the exposure there a little bit, might go to my temperature, again, warm that up a little bit, but the special sauce is always down in texture clarity and dehaze. -20, -20, and -20. And again, you can see where that has actually applied. So what I might do is go in a little bit more detail, just remove it from the edge of that rock, but try be as quick as you can while also being as precise as you can. Go for something like so, and genuinely look at the difference. If I show you the before and after, look at the light that's kind of coming through. It looks so realistic because we've softened it, and that's what is realism. When you're editing a photo, again, if I show you the before and after, you want the highlights to look realistic. And most of the time in real life, they look soft. So when you end up changing, adapting the exposure in your photo, it can make it look unrealistic completely by accident. So just slightly softening it by reducing texture clarity and dehaze, and by using these masks, you can completely change your photo and make an unrealistic photo look completely realistic just by making a few subtle changes. Here is the before without any masks applied, and then here is the after. And you can see what a difference it makes. Thank you to all of my YouTube members that are currently supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel and get some awesome perks, including free Lightroom presets, then make sure to go ahead to the link in the description. I've been James for Photo Fever, and I'll catch you guys next week.